The Maze Runner, 2014, thriller movie explained in English. The American sci-fi thriller film Maze Runner story summarized with a full ending in English explanation. If we get into the details, the plot is about a boy Thomas who woke up disoriented in an elevator, with no memory of who he was or how he got there. Suddenly, he was thrust into a world of confusion and uncertainty as he found himself trapped in a massive maze known as the Glade. He quickly met a group of other young boys who were also trapped there and trying to escape. As Thomas learned about his surroundings, he discovered that the maze was actually part of a sinister experiment. Every 6 months, food and supplies were delivered to the boys by a helicopter, but there seemed to be no way out. Despite his lack of memories, Thomas was determined to find a way to escape. One day, Thomas remembered his name, but not much else from his past. At the same time, he also encountered a group of creatures that roamed the maze, seeking out the young boys. The leader of the group was eventually bitten by the creatures and infected with a virus, but Thomas and his friends discovered that he could be saved with a special injection. Disclaimer: any footage in this video has only been used to communicate a message, understandable, to audience. According to my knowledge, it's a fair use under reviews and commentary section. We don't plan to violate anyone's right. Thank you. In the movie begins with a lift, in which a boy is shown. He comes to his senses, who was nervous. He was going up with a lot of luggage. As soon as he reaches the top, a lot of boys had gathered there. Looking at him, they start laughing that a new boy has come to work. Now, seeing this, that boy starts running from there, but then he suddenly falls. When he looks around, there were big walls by which he was surrounded. Then the boys catch him and lock him in a basement. The boy is surprised, he does not remember anything. Now, a man comes to him and tells him about himself. That I am the leader of all these boys. And you are the new boy in our group. But the boy was quite surprised. He did not remember anything. That how and why I came here. On which the leader says that this happens to everyone. After coming here, no one remembers anything of the past. After which he shows him all these places. And starts telling him about this place. That we do all our work ourselves. Everyone's work is divided, someone grows food. Someone cooks, someone makes a house. Through this lift, we get food every month and some new people. The boy does not understand anything. But he wants to get out of there, because he felt that there is a world outside these walls. Meanwhile, another boy comes to them. Who is the second leader of them all? Then the leader goes ahead again after taking him to show everything around, but the boy tells him that we should get out of there instead of staying there. And we should go from the route that is opened. And tell us what is beyond that road. Hearing this, the leader tells him the rules of staying here. First is to complete your work. Second, do not fight with each other here. The third and the most important rule is that do not ever go beyond the walls. Now, it was forbidden to go there. So that boy's mind also has a lot of questions. What is there that is forbidden about going there? Then a boy comes here and takes the new boy with him. That child was just telling him that then he sees that this boy is going towards that path. However, that child also forbids him to do this. But that boy keeps going towards that route. As soon as he goes inside, a boy named Golly comes here and pushes him hard and forbids him to go inside. That is, by crossing that wall. Because of this, that boy starts getting angry at everyone. What is the problem with all of you? Why are you not letting me go? Then the leader tries that this is actually a maze. A maze in which you can be lost and it may be, you never get back. Now, that road starts closing on its own. Where the winds also start coming. That boy Golly tells this new boy that if you want to go next time, then I will let you go. After that, he leaves here in anger. Now the leader explains to that boy to leave these things. You have come here new today, let's have a party. Then at night, the boy does not look happy. Seeing him, the other leader says don't worry. This is what happens after coming here with everyone. And yes, don't try to go to that maze. Here we have some such boys who are runners. Meaning the bravest who can run fast. They check this whole maze and find a way to get out of there. But it has not been possible so far. We have been stuck here for 3 years. It is difficult to get out of here. Because that maze does not always stay the same. It keeps changing every night. All the runners go in the morning and come back before evening. During this time, they are checking the whole maze. Even after listening to all the talks, that boy still had something about that road in his mind. Then the other leader tries to explain to him again that going that way at night is not free of any danger. Because at night, dangerous creatures roam in that maze. Whoever he makes his prey, one cannot escape. Because they are very dangerous and many times bigger in size. So stop thinking, there is a party for you, so enjoy it. He forcibly picks him up and takes him away. But that angry boy, meaning the one who pushed him, Golly, asks him to fight with him. Yes, first that boy refuses. But when all the boys around him start making noise, then both of them start fighting like crazy. Both were hitting each other. But Golly was feeling ashamed, so he hits that boy hard and hits him. Falling, that boy remembers his name, that my name is Thomas. He tells everyone about his name. And they get surprised to hear. Because this was the first case here where someone recalls his name. Then after that everyone goes to sleep, but Thomas was not sleepy. He was having a strange kind of dream about a lab. Yes, an experiment is being experimented. And it is being told that everything is going to change. A voice was coming to him that wicked is good. But he does not understand what it is. But then the leader comes here and wakes him up quietly. And says that now the situation here is much better than before. When I came here, the situation was very bad. I saw very bad days and I lost my loved ones. For whom I am still sad. And I know about you. You are different from everyone. Because you remember your name. And you want to get out of here. You want to know about the outside world. Then he gives him a knife to write his name on the wall. Which everyone does after coming here. From this, he learns that many of the boys in this group died. Thomas was still unable to come out of these things. So he asks the other leader that if we do not go from that way, we can climb the wall and go. When the other leader explains to him that whatever thoughts will come to your mind, we have already done everything. There is no way out of here. We tried to climb the wall and tried going through the lift. But we could not succeed. By telling this, he sends Thomas to the jungle to get food for the plants. And when Thomas goes there, he finds skulls there, in bad shape. He was scared to see them. After that, he sees a boy there who was a runner. Thomas tries to talk to him, but he gets angry. And tells him that everything happened because of you. It's your fault for all this, I saw you there. After this, he attacks him. Thomas beats him and screams for help to save his life. He runs and comes to the other people where everyone gathers and beats the runner and stops him. They see that he is no longer human but becomes infected with a virus. That is, he has become a victim of a virus. That is why the leader says to put him in jail for some time. We will think later about what to do with him. Then he asks Thomas, did he talk to you? He was accusing me that all this has happened because of me. He saw me there, but I don't know why he said this to me. Now the leader tells him that it has happened because the creature has bitten him, and that's why he is infected. And now he is also going to become a creature. And now we will also leave him in the maze, so that he could not attack anyone else. Then before the route is closed at night, they bring that infected boy there and leave him in that maze even unwillingly. Because now he was also becoming. The whole road is closed, he reaches them. Seeing this, the runner says, "Congratulations, you also killed yourself with us. Because we are not going to escape from here." Thomas asks him what happened to the leader, to which the runner says that the creature had bitten him. "So I had to make him unconscious, because he was attacking me. Anyway, now these people run away from here and trying to hide. Because it is going to be night and the creatures are about to come. If they saw them, they will not be able to escape." Now an idea comes to their mind. As the leader was injured, they try to hide him, so he can also escape and both of them can also be saved. They hang the leader up in all the bushes with a rope, so that he is not seen in the bushes and his life is saved. After that, these people also hide and save their lives. Because there was danger there. The creature will either kill them in the same way, or bite them and infect them. When it was night, the creatures started coming there. They were hearing their sounds and the sound of changing the mazes. They were pulling the rope. And the runner sees a creature coming there. So he quickly runs away from there and hides, leaving Thomas alone. But due to the weight of the leader, all those bushes fall on Thomas. Because of this, he cannot be seen. At the same time, those creatures were also passing by Thomas. They could not see him, but Thomas sees them. They were very dangerous, they were very big. Looking at them, it seemed that they were man-made creatures that scare them all. Then Thomas ties up the leader and hides himself. Because the creature had seen him. Then a creature comes from above and tries to attack him quietly. But Thomas tries to climb up through these bushes to save his life. Here we can also see these big creatures, who were like a spider. Again and again, he tries to give Thomas an injection. But he was constantly running to save his life. Then he hangs the creature in the same branches and runs away. And again, he finds the runner who had come with him. So now both of them start running away from here. Here the creature also frees itself from those branches and starts following them again. Now the runner sees a way from they can go. And he starts running in the same way. He goes ahead, but Thomas also stops because he was waiting for the creature to follow him. Because he wants to kill that creature, so he can't attack anyone. So the creature comes close to attack him. Seeing him, Thomas starts running away from there. The creature was also constantly following him. As he moved forward, the runner was standing in front of him, who was waiting for him. But what happens next is not shown to us. This scene is cut here. The next morning we see that all those people were standing in front of the route and waiting for them to return. But the other leader says that it is not possible that they would have survived. Later, they begin to go from there, because he thought that all three of them would have died. But then all three of them see him coming towards them. Because they were alive, Thomas had killed that creature. Coming to this, the runner also tells everyone that everyone is very surprised to hear. Because that creature is so dangerous, so terrible that no one has ever been able to save it. But Thomas killed it, which created a new hope in everyone, that they can leave here alive. Now the runner says that he has done what he has never been able to do. So I think he should also be made a runner. But Golly was not happy with this. Because Thomas had broken the rules by going to the maze. During this time, they start hearing the sound of the lift again, which everyone is shocked to hear. Because it was not possible. Thomas had come a while ago, so how can anyone else be like this? And when they go to check there was a girl there at this time. Now, it was the first time that a girl had come after many boys. The girl was also conscious, but only then she starts coming to her senses. And she calls the name of Thomas. Hearing this, everyone starts looking at her and says, "Thomas, this girl is calling your name. If she knows you, then you must also know her." But Thomas refuses her that no, I don't know who she is. The girl also had a note on which it was written that this is the last time, this time nothing will come through the lift. Knowing this, everyone becomes worried. Because if they don't have food, what will they do? They should eat to stay alive. Now Thomas tells everyone that I have an idea. Come on, let's cut that creature open. Because we got this chance for the first time. After all, let's also see what it is, and what things are put in it. Also, here it is known that many runners have left their jobs. Because now they do not want to take any more risks. Then some people agree to cut the creature and begin to go with Thomas. And see the creature's dead body in the worst condition. Because it has been crushed. Then all of them together take out a leg of the creature. There was a device in the creature's body that they took out. Then a number starts flashing in the device, and that number was 7. They did not know about this number, but they quickly take the device and leave from here. Because it was going to be night. Thomas comes and says that we put out the device from the creature's body. We'll find out who this creature is, where it came from and why it attacks us. But here Golly was still angry with Thomas. He tells the leader that he has broken the rules. So he should also be punished. So this time the other leader punishes him. To punishes him that you will be imprisoned for a day. And food will not be given. Also, from tomorrow you are a runner because this is your punishment. But Golly is not happy with this. He tells the other leader that you are making a lot of runners. And sending them to the maze. In this way, we will all be reduced one by one. Because of this, in anger he leaves from there. But Thomas was happy because someone had to become a runner. And he became. He had been wanting this for a long time. Because he wanted to investigate this place. Then the runner takes Thomas to his secret place. And tells him that I have been investigating this place for 3 years. And I've made a map of this place. And know where this maze opens and when it closes. At one point, this maze keeps on changing. After hearing this, Thomas finds out that this whole maze keeps changing here. After closing and opening, a boundary has been made from a wall, which has nothing outside the wall. So it was clear that it isn't possible to go out of this maze. And so far the leader has lied to them. That they can leave from here. But the truth is that this maze ends up at a point. And there is nothing after this. Now the runner tells that. Although we know that we are not going to get anything. But still we come in the maze. But now after the death of this creature. It is the first time that a new way has opened. Because every time all the ways open in the same order and close. Which meant that he would kill him too. So here the leader tells his last words to Thomas. That now everything is in your hands, you can save everyone. After which the leader dies. And those creatures had also killed a lot of people and left from here. When everyone calms down, Golly comes and starts killing Thomas. And says that everything is happening because of him. He is also involved with those people. But he does not remember what the leader had said. He had also seen this with those people. Because of them, we are stuck here. All these problems are coming on us. After hearing this, Thomas also starts thinking that it may be that all this is true. I just need to remember everything. Maybe I will remember, just like the leader remembered. And then he injects himself with the injection that came out of the creature's body, after which he also infects himself. This was his plan, he had done it on purpose. That if I get well after getting infected, then I will also remember everything like the leader. That why am I doing this? During this, he starts thinking a lot, in which he sees that he is working with a lab, whose name is Wicked. And here really, he is also one of them, who was doing the experiment. That's why everyone was looking at him and saying that he is also involved with them. We had also seen this. Here he also finds out about the girl. She also used to work with him in the same lab. He realized that the Wicked lab is not doing well with those people who have been imprisoned in that maze, because they are doing a lot of experiments on them. He does not want to do this, but because of his boss, who was a doctor, he had to do all this. After this, it happens what Thomas wanted. Because of all these thoughts, his memory had now returned. He remembered everything. After which he tells this to everyone. Really, I and this girl were with those lab people, and had been keeping an eye on you for years. Whatever is happening because of us. You can blame us. Because of us, you have been imprisoned here for so many years. Everyone is now thinking that we have to somehow get out of here, because all this is happening to us deliberately, just because of an experiment. Knowing the whole truth, Golly gets very angry with Thomas and that girl. That's why he wants to punish them both. He also wants to send them to the maze. That's why Golly and his people tied both of them and start going from there. But then Thomas frees himself and attacks Golly, and says, I just want to go to this maze. I don't want to fight. I just want to know the whole truth. And yes, I am also afraid. Like others, think that there is definitely something wrong here. I also want to get out of here, because it's a maze, not anyone's home. We have to get out of here. Here the scientists are just using us to do their experiments. We should not be like their puppets. We should at least try to get out of here. Now, Golly does not listen to him. But those who listen to him are ready to go with him. After which all these people go to the maze and start moving forward. And again reach those blades. And start moving forward towards the seventh way. But then they see the creature that was standing on the seventh way. Seeing him, Thomas gives that device in the child's hand and says, You stay back, because you are still young. After this, they all take their weapons and go together to attack that creature. That creature was also very powerful. So he also runs to attack them. After hearing their shrieks and sounds, the other creatures were also coming here. They hit the creature a lot with their weapons and try to bring it down. In return, he also attacks them. With this attack, the child has a narrow escape. Killing the creature, they come to the place where they came the last time. But this time there was a code to cross this way that they did not remember. Now they remember that because Runner used to come here. So he must remember this code. So they ask him. Then Runner tells them the order of opening all the ways in a number. And this was also his code. Because as soon as they put the code, the way opens. And now they come to a strange tunnel by killing these creatures. Moving ahead, they reach a lab, but there was no one there. Because all the scientists there were dead. There was blood everywhere, there was destruction everywhere. Which looked like there was something big and terrible happened. As soon as Thomas comes here, he remembers that this is the lab. Wicked, where I used to work with this girl. He then puts on his fingerprint code. And turns on the screen. Where the leader of this lab was delivering a message there. That doctor, she starts telling there that this world has been destroyed almost. The heat of the sun has increased enough that there is destruction everywhere. Especially poverty and starvation, which has ruined the condition of humans. Now in such a bad situation, another bad thing happened. And another dangerous virus came here which had no solution. It was so dangerous that it started causing more destruction on spreading destruction. This virus had such a bad effect on all humans that they all became wild animals and zombies. They were quite scary, and because of them, destruction spreads a lot. In these circumstances, some are special children who don't have any effect of this virus. They are still safe from this virus. And those children are being experimented on in the maze. We can break this virus because of them. Those children are very special. That's why they have been kept there to be protected. Whatever they do there can be observed. This was a kind of test that they passed. They have saved their lives and reached this lab. Hearing this, all those people become quite surprised. They were also angry that our whole life was being seen through cameras. We were being used like a puppet. Those who were doing this to them. That is, these lab people. Later the army officers came and killed them too. Then the doctor said that there is still hope for you to live. But I don't have, and later she shoots herself by putting a gun on her head. Later, the video was also stopped. And those people understand that. Now we should not stay here even for a second. We should run away from here. Meanwhile, Golly comes there while chasing them. He had fought with the creature. When the creature bit him and became infected, he wasn't in his senses. He tells everyone to go back. He says that this maze is our real home. He tries to shoot them by threatening them. But the runner kills him with a rod and turns him back. But by then the bullet was fired, and it hits the child. Because somehow he was trying to save Thomas. The rod comes and hits Golly's chest, and he dies. The child was also injured by the bullet, so he was also going to die. Thomas feels very bad to see. Then, at his last moment, he tells Thomas that now I will die. I will not be able to meet my parents again. So now please keep this doll and give it to my parents. Look at this, they were just getting emotional. A team comes here to save them. And forcefully take them with them. Now Thomas has to leave the child here even though he does not want to. Those people were going to take them in a helicopter. Now, they can see the whole maze. They are very surprised to see that such a big maze. It was being used as a lab just to experiment. And there is really no world outside the maze. Only the desert is there. And now they believe that whatever the scientist, the doctor was saying, was right. Because the whole cities have been destroyed and become desert. Now, no one lives here. After this, we are shown again the same doctor who was not dead, but was still alive because she shot herself and made her death by lying. Her doing this was also part of the experiment. She was just checking them, in which all the children had passed, who had come to the lab. She was happy, she could not believe that so many children had passed. Now, they should be sent for the next experiment. The most special and favorite among them was Thomas. Because he was the bravest and most courageous. As soon as this test is over. This film also ends here with a lot of mysteries. Kindly subscribe the channel for upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.